know why I do this, but this is like me, okay? It's me. But welcome back to my channel. It is Diamond, also known as Diamond Denise here. If you are new, thank you so much for stopping by and joining and watching in. If you are not new, as always, thank you for being loyal. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you go ahead and like this video if it's very helpful, and make sure you subscribe, y'all. Turn that bell notification on so you do not miss any videos. We are posting the videos right now. I am grinding with YouTube. Like, that is my priority right now. So let's get it. I need your help, and I'm gonna keep putting out content. So let's go ahead and get into this video because I think y'all may really like this one. I'm gonna get a little more personal. I really wanted to share some things with you guys and just talk about 6 different money mistakes that I made in my 20s. Y'all, I'm not even out of my 20s. I'm still in my 20s. So these mistakes, you know, the mistakes that I've made in my 20s are pretty fresh. Like, I feel like they're just not that old. It wasn't even full 8 years ago. I'm not where I want to be financially. I'm still growing, I'm still learning, but I want to share these mistakes now to kind of help anybody wherever you are right now, just to shed some light on them, just to bring some awareness. And then when and as I'm getting better and as I grow and as I get to where I want to be, I'll share another video with you guys and kind of talk to you about how I got out of some of these mistakes or how I was able to just transition. I am going to share 2 tips that I've learned recently, actually, and some tips that I've kind of been trying to implement into my strategy, just because, like, you know, as I'm about to get out of my 20s, you know, I've made some decisions and I've decided that where I want to be financially, and at the end of the day, you just kind of got to do what you need to do to get there, especially if you're considering just being able to really enjoy your life and enjoy the money you make and being able to do what you really want to do. You gotta have those finances together, okay? Money does not buy happiness, but money does buy things that make us happy. All right? You don't have, and I think a lot of this goes with just not having the right mindset about money. So just a quick backstory for me, I feel like growing up and just in my life, I did not always have the understanding of money. Money kind of came and went through my hands. I knew to pay my tithes. I knew I needed to buy this. I knew I needed to buy that. So I would do those few things, but I really didn't have an understanding of money, right? I just felt like it was here and it paid for things that I needed at that time. I wasn't really, my dad, he was also, well, as I was growing up, my dad was kind of really learning more about money as well. He tried to share things with us, but I feel like it wasn't like a more of a in-depth conversation about money. It was just like, you need to do this, you need to do that. But we really didn't sit down and really like get to the nitty-gritty about like what to really do with your money. And a lot of times people back in the day, maybe the thing was like just save money and save it in the bank, but really we didn't get into like investing money or doing other things with your money. So, you know, when you don't know how to handle money, you just don't know how to handle it. And I did not know how to handle money. I honestly did not have the best relationship with money. I didn't really understand money. Let me go ahead and get into some of the mistakes I made with money. Hopefully some of the mistakes I made you can avoid, and they just help you on your journey, help you in life. And no matter where you are on your financial journey, just know that you can get out, you can get better, you will get to where you want to be, but you got to make some sacrifices and you got to make some life changes. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first mistake I made, y'all, I'm getting all into my business. All right, so the first mistake I made, or one of the mistakes I made, was I never had a real budget. I think I started working at like 16. Whenever I could work, I started working. And I just worked to buy myself things. I would buy kind of whatever I felt like I wanted at the time. I worked throughout grad school, I worked through undergrad, again, mainly to just kind of support myself and be able to fund things that I wanted to do, whether it was going out, hanging out with my friends, eating, having the latest Jordans. Oh my God, I bought so many Jordans. Like, I had a whole bunch of tennis shoes, y'all. And now to this day, I don't have half of those tennis shoes, right? So y'all can already see where I'm going. I loved fashion, I love buying clothes, I love buying purses. Honestly, I had my brain and the things that I liked and the quality of everything I liked was up here and my finances were right here. So y'all can already guess the second thing was I was not living within my means. I didn't have a budget. I just lived by doing what I wanted to do, which was not good because I didn't really know where my money was going. I would sign up for things, automate payments on my phone for, you know, Apple subscriptions, or on the Netflix or Amazon Video, or, you know, sign up for different Facebook groups as I was trying to grow my social media journey, and as I was trying to grow just different things in my life. I would just randomly sign up for subscriptions, and that money is coming out every month. You don't really realize it, but then you look back and for $30 for the last 2 years have been coming out of your account. You can already just see how much money that was just coming out and I didn't even know it, right? So I wasn't living, my money didn't have a place to go, which wasn't really good for me in the long run. Another mistake I made was that, y'all, I was just buying pointless things. I was buying things that I really did not need. I was buying things to, honestly, probably subconsciously impress people, but at the same time, not really impress them. I think for me, I really was a quality over quantity person. Like, I see these shoes that are probably $100, these Steve Madden shoes that are $100, but here's another knockoff brand for the same look, but I know the quality is not the best and they're only $30. I'm going with the Steve Madden because that's what I like. I would put it on, I would feel good, it looked good, it felt good, and knowing good and well my budget was like, girl, you should have had that $30 pair of shoes. So buying pointless things, buying all those Jordans, I look back now and I don't even know why. I love them. At that time, that's the phase I was going through, but hindsight 50-50, did I really need to get every shoe that came out? I really didn't. I remember one time, y'all, my younger sister, so my dad was like, y'all need to get a credit card. It's gonna help you out with, like, I guess our credit scores and just building credit and things like that. Child, that is probably the worst thing my dad could do for us at that time, because child, like, what? I just thought, oh, I got all this money and I was just racking it up and not paying it back. So I had that credit card. One day I was out shopping. There was this purse that I really wanted. I think I was into like Brahmin purses. Y'all, and I bought the Brahmin purse on my credit card. Why do I need a Brahmin purse that I can't afford right now? I'm buying a Brahmin purse for like $200 something and I don't even have $200 something to put in the Brahmin purse. Make that make sense. And I remember one time wanting to buy like some Louis Vuitton shoes, and I was saving for the Louis Vuitton shoes. But then once I saved that money, kind of as I started to think a little bit differently, I'm not saying I was perfect, but think a little bit differently, I was like, why am I gonna buy these $1,600 shoes and I'm probably not gonna wear that often right now, and I'm not in a financial position to buy those shoes? So there was other purchases like that, or, you know, buying all this makeup, or just buying, just again, things that were not really beneficial for me, that I was not gonna be able to do really much with or get anything from. It just made me feel good in that moment. Whether that was food, XYZ, buying groceries, and still going out to eat every weekend with your friends. Like, living in the moment, it's fun, it's great. You know, you wanna keep up with everybody, you wanna go on the trips, you wanna do all that, but it's okay if you can't do that now, if in the long run you'll be in a better place financially. So living off credit was not the thing to do, but you know, you do what you do, you learn what you learn, and that's kind of where I was at that time. The third money mistake I made, this one's people probably be like, what? But low key, to an extent, school, y'all. Student loan debt. Student loan debt. Some people don't like that one, but I think school is a great investment, but I think sometimes we rush into making a decision when it comes to school, and you may not be ready to make that decision. There are a lot of different fields and a lot of opportunities that you can do and have without getting into student loan debt, but for some people, there are opportunities that you actually have to go to school. So you're gonna have to take on the student loan debt to get to where you wanna get. So, but I think the problem comes sometimes when you rush to make a decision. And I don't regret my decisions, but I know that now I'm doing a lot of things differently, and I'm honestly not sure if I'm gonna use my degree for the rest of my life. I am gonna use it. I'm going to still do some things with it, but I feel like I could have did without, or I could have went to a different school where I didn't have to pay, take out any loans, or I could have waited and maybe it just wasn't that time for me to rush to go try to run and get this degree and wait to get into a different school, you know? So things like that. I think sometimes we just make decisions very quickly and we rush to get an opportunity when maybe we don't really have to do that. That's why I say student loan debt, but I do think school is a great investment. I think you just have to make sure it's really what you want to do and make sure that you're doing it because you're truly passionate about whatever you're going to school for and taking on those loans, because at the end of the day, they don't want their money back. The next thing is just being impulsive when it comes to your money. I kind of touched on this earlier, but just living in the moment. Like sometimes I would say, hey, I have X amount of money to do X, Y, Z. And then when I get there, I'm buying extra things and putting extra things in my carts. And then I'm like, ooh, I really need this shirt, or I really need this, or I really need to go here, or I really need to go get this, when I really don't need it. But I'm doing it because in that moment, it just makes me feel good. In that moment, it seems right, instead of thinking long term. So not thinking long term would be a huge mistake that I feel like I made when it came to money. Next thing is not saving my money, y'all. I have been able to save money, and my dad was kind of like, you need to do this with saving money, you need to do that with saving money. And I was able to do it and saved up a lot of money, which was great. And I felt good about it. And I felt like a little more confident, a little secure, but I haven't always been consistent with saving my money. It just comes and goes, or I was living paycheck to paycheck and things of that nature. And I don't feel like that's a way to truly live. I feel like you have to save your money. And the next one comes with investing your money. So saving and investing your money are two things that I feel like I wish I would have done differently back in the day, or I feel like I would have fixed in my 20s sooner than later. Because they say when you start investing your money, you actually lose money if you don't invest earlier. It's never too late to start investing, but the sooner you can do it, the better. And I think a lot of times, well, I think for me personally, it came with just not really knowing, right? Like you're thinking, I don't want to invest $50, or look, for instance, I don't want to invest $50 every month into this when I don't really know where my money is going. I need that $50, when really you don't, because you're spending the $50 on going out to eat, right? So sacrificing would be something I wish I would have done differently. But saving and investing your money, so do that as soon as you can. Again, the biggest problem with that is just not being fully educated on it. I think it's the sooner that you can find someone to talk to about money, or speak with a financial advisor, or find someone that can kind of coach you through how to manage your money or how to handle your money, the sooner you can do that, the better. As soon as you start making money, I feel like that's the best thing to do. Whether it's just an advisor through your bank, or if you find a financial advisor, if your family has an advisor, whoever you can speak to that can help you early on really understand your money. You can invest in books, you can read about different investments or stocks, and whatever the case is, you can really understand that. The sooner you do that, the better. So those are pretty much all the money mistakes I made. The two things that I've learned in my 20s, and like I said, I'm still learning. I'm not where I want to be at all. And when I get there, and as I'm getting there, you guys will kind of see that in other videos, and I'll be more transparent and share more about that with you. But I feel like I'm not really there. I'm not in the place to really share like advice, but I want to share the mistakes I made so that you can hopefully avoid them. Two things that I've learned. One, that you should live by the 50-30-20 rule. It doesn't work for everybody. Some people may have to live by the 50-20-10 20, or some people may have to live by, you know, 40-30-30, or whatever works for you. You kind of got to really sit down and look at your own financial situation and see what works best for you. But the 50-20-30 rule is just that you should live on 50% of your income. You should invest and save 20% of your income, and then the other 30% should be for enjoyment. Having that is just like a basic foundation, a basic starter of just kind of how to look at managing your money. we don't really realize how important it is in the long run. So if you can save yourself a little bit early while you're still under your parents' roof, while you're still, you know, have a little more support, while you still don't have a lot of bills or responsibilities in your name, if you can start early, I promise you guys, it will be so much better for you in the long run. And the last thing I learned is that we have to change our mindset and attitude and our overall relationship with money. It's okay that you didn't know. It's okay that you weren't the best at handling it, but how do you move forward? How do you learn to handle what comes through you? How do you learn to be a better steward of your money? How do you learn how to have a better relationship with money? How do you learn how to utilize your money, utilize what comes in your hands better? How do you learn how to invest better? You have to change your overall attitude about your money and your situation if you want to see change. I do not regret anything, any mistake that I have made. I don't regret my current situation. I know that it's all working together for the good. Even when I don't see it, even when I don't understand it, I really truly have faith and believe that everything will work out. And it only helped me sit here and make this video for you guys today to teach you guys, not even teach, just to share, to hopefully inspire or impact your life so that your situation is better. I went through it, so hopefully you don't have to go through it. And it's also gonna build other things in me to hopefully pass down to my children, the next generation, and just to start something different. So again, hopefully I said a lot and hopefully something was very helpful. If you guys have any other questions, please let me know in the comment section below, and let me know if you feel like this video was helpful. Let me know maybe one mistake that you've made or something that you want to share to encourage someone else. Let's chat about it in the comments below. I will talk to you guys in the very next video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and let's get better about how we handle our money. Bye.